Welcome back to another Brawl Stars guide video. I'm the winner, and today we'll be going over Colt. And I'll be talking about Colt's strengths and weaknesses, going over his viability in every mode, and sharing some tips and tricks to help increase your skill as Colt. But first... yeah, that's more like it. Again, I'll be talking about the star powers and gadgets, so if you don't have them, I'd recommend you focus more on the other tips. Let's start with the basics. Colt is a trophy road brawler unlocked at 60 total trophies. Colt is not unlockable in boxes. Colt is a squishier brawler with 3,920 HP, tied to Surge, Rico, and Dynamite for 32nd most in the game. Colt's movement speed is normal, but if you're using his Slick Boot star power, it's very fast. His attack has a range of 9 tiles, which is a very long range, but 10 tiles if you're using his Magnum special star power. 10 tiles is the same range as Piper and Brock. Colt's attack shoots 6 bullets, each doing 504 damage at max level. His super charges 8.37% per bullet, meaning you need to land 12 bullets or 2 full attacks to fully charge your super. Colt's super shoots 12 bullets, each dealing 448 damage at max level. His super has a range of 11 tiles and it breaks through walls. As usual, I'm going to be starting with general Colt tips and then Colt tips for each mode in particular. My final thoughts are at the end and timestamps are in the description, if you want to skip to a certain section in particular. Colt is a solid brawler. He can output a lot of damage if you have the skill to land your shots. His range is one of the longest in the game, so it's highly important that you keep your distance. You have the range and the damage that if you stick back, it'll be hard for your enemies to kill you. Just like any range brawlers, you also have to predict their opponent's movements. If you stick back at max range, there's more time for your opponents to dodge, although sprinkling damage on them from afar can often lead to a kill. Colt's super has the ability to break through walls, as does his silver bullet gadget. Use this to your advantage. Colt thrives when he can outrange the other brawlers, so he is best in open maps. Starting off with Gem Grab, Colt is decent in Gem Grab. His long range and high damage can keep enemies away from the middle as long as you can land your shots. That's the thing with Colt. He's one of those brawlers that's decent overall, but as long as you can hit your targets. It takes practice, but it comes with time. His super can help destroy the walls on the enemy side, making it more open for your team to land shots. Next is Showdown. Colt is great in Showdown. He can take down boxes very quickly and has the range to ward enemies away from him. He does a lot of damage, which can defeat enemies quickly in a 1v1 scenario. There's not much to say, he just does a lot of damage if you land your shots. Remember to check the bushes though. Brawl Ball is a solid mode for Colt. His silver bullet gadget paired with the super can wreck the enemy walls, making it much easier to score. He doesn't have much HP, so he can't run the ball into the net that well. Although, with his Slick Boot star power, he does have a very fast movement speed, so that should be helpful at some point. Switching up this time and going with Heist next. Colt is actually great in Heist. His speed loader gadget is better here because when the opportunity arises for him to just empty out all of his ammo on the safe, he can pound it hard. Most Heist maps don't have that many walls, which is helpful for his range, and means he doesn't have to use his super to help open up the map. Colt is also pretty good in Bounty. His ranged attack can help him snipe enemies from afar without getting hit in return. Although in Bounty, most of the time players play ranged brawlers, so you have to make sure that you hit your launch shots and dodge theirs. Colt is also solid in Hot Zone as well. He can hit enemies that try to run up, and if your opponents are in control, he can hit them without having them hit you. Remember to open up the map with your gadget and super. Finally, Colt is decent in Siege. Most of the Siege maps are open, which is a Colt forte. He can shred through the boss when playing defense and take down the Ike when he plays offense. I'd recommend letting your tankier teammates go for the bolts if possible because you can die easily if standing in the same place or running around predictably. In conclusion, Colt is pretty good. He unloads a ton of damage as long as you can land your shots. There's honestly not that much to say. Landing your shots is important and take advantage of the range. I like playing Colt, his very fast movement speed with his Slick Boot star power appeals to me, and I find myself hitting a majority of my shots. Use him in open maps with not many walls or bushes to pick up easier wins. If you have his star powers and gadgets, I prefer Slick Boots, although the more open the map, the stronger the argument is for Magnum Special. I'd use Silver Bullet where there are more walls that you want to destroy and Speed Loader in the rest of the map. Thanks for watching guys, this video is a little shorter than usual. There's just not that much to say about Colt. If you want to see my video on Shelly, click right here, and if you want to see my video on Nita, click right here. I hope you got something out of this, and I'm going to be trying something different in the next video. This is the winner signing off for now, see you in the next video.